The two prompts today were a message in a bottle, the Sting song. It's been playing, kind of looping on an eternal loop in my head for a few days now. Message in a bottle. And the other one was when I was probably about 6, I said to my father, I announced it. I think I was younger than 6. Anyway, I told him I'm changing my name to Jujubee. People who are of an age probably remember that candy. It was, I don't think they still make it anywhere, but it tasted as if it was 100 years old, even when it was fresh. It had, it was beautiful colors, beautiful jewel colors. This kind of red and really vibrant, kind of mustardy yellow and green, and I just was entranced by the colors and by the name. I didn't really care that they tasted like something that had been in your pocket for a long time, had gathered a lot of lint and lost its Jujubee. So I told my dad I'm changing my name to Jujubee, and he said, "No, you're not." And I couldn't believe it. I felt, even at that age, for whatever it was, that I had agency. And if my name was Jujubee, my name was Jujubee. And I couldn't believe that he had the power to just say, "No, that's a stupid name, not changing your name to Jujubee." Well, after he died and I inherited some money, I got a car, a slightly used Subaru in this kind of color, in the maroon of the Jujubee. And I got a vanity plate, Jujubee. I've also had people shout at me, "What's Jujube mean?" Old folks will say, "Yeah, I get it, Jujubee." Don't know how that might play out. Message in a bottle, I sort of get. It almost seems like a cliche. But to me, it's somebody on a distance who can't contact directly for some reason. So they're kind of leaving it to chance. It's like casting something to the wind. It's like setting loose a passenger pigeon or message in a bottle. And I think the Sting song is, "I hope you get my message. I'm sending out an SOS, a message in a bottle." I was off yesterday. I had a very debilitating migraine, which is nothing new, but I'm so grateful when it stops, just for the gift of a day. Bright sunlight that doesn't make you want to hide under the bed. And yeah, feels good. Feels good to be alive. And I did want to mention, listen, a few years ago, maybe a decade ago or so, I was so sick. I was just so sick. My brother came to pick me up once after a long stay out of state at a medical facility. And, I was in an airport, so I was in a wheelchair. And had a mask on because I couldn't get, my immune system was kind of shot. And he reminded me the other day, He just said, are you kidding? Look at how far you've come. You were in a wheelchair. You were being pushed around by other people in the airport. Kindly, you couldn't go under your own steam. And I think that's just, sorry, this is done shuffling. For any of you out there struggling with like chronic medical conditions or just some sort of circumstance that has, what's that word? Not hogtied, but anyways, incapacitated you. It can change for the better. It really can. You can come back from the brink of any kind. It's just possible. And the sun won't hurt. You'll heal. 4 of Swords. And this is the healing process. You know, there's light coming in through the window, but this person is, in this one, doesn't look explicitly entombed as it does in traditional Rider-Waite. But this is somebody needing to heal something up, and it's to do with sword energy, perhaps a mental issue or belief or something that was said or misunderstood. This guy's in armor, you know. What precedes 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords is a card of terrific heartbreak. So this is sort of the recovery phase. The recovery phase. Moon card. Card of divine feminine energy. The draw, the letting it in, the pulling it in. Card of Cancer. Some people say Pisces, Libra as well. Doesn't really matter. It's the card of emotional, you know, the ineffable, something that can't be explained or totally understood. It's in our subconscious. But I think we're healing somebody is the ability to bring it into the conscious mind, sword energy, by tapping intuition, by stopping action in order to heal. Healing deep feelings, maybe, that heretofore weren't understood or accepted. Oh my God, there it is. Tarot's amazing. 3 of Swords, just what we were talking about. I mean, look at it. It's being pierced through and through. And yet that's sort of how the light gets in, says Leonard Cohen. We're all broken. That's how the light gets in. And you can see this is sort of, there's light coming out, coming in. Breathe it out, breathe it in. It's a lyric I can't get back. But so this person is healing up, taking a respite, you know, brain in timeout in order to heal. And to me, this card is the memory of the hurt. Because it's a feeling, but it's the memory of a feeling. It's sword energy. And yet, Major Arcana, the feeling's on the rise. Something that's been perhaps suppressed or in the unconscious that's now going to make an appearance. And it first might appear as more pain. Because it's the memory of pain. And this person is lying there. There's a thing where you can sit with it long enough for it to exhaust. You know, it's like the pain is rattling in the head. Rattling in the head, memory of hurt, memory of heartbreak and separation. being healed, being exhausted somehow, like you get so tired of the hurt that somehow you're able to release it. Moon card, card of release. You know, the moon grows and grows and grows to its maximum fruition, and then it starts to shrink again. And on new moons, you set your intention. On full moons, you release because something's come to fruition. And I think it's time to let go of the pain. That's what you're working on, is this kind of resetting maybe the neural pathways even of your brain that were trained and impacted by this. And the initial hurt was replayed and replayed, and you got triggered at every turn. Somebody did. Under Four of Swords, we have, Five of Cups. This card is regret, loss, focused on the loss. All these spilled cups, and a few that are unspilled behind, but the focus is on the loss. But I also see this in this particular deck because the guy to me looks like they're praying. It's like the power of prayer. It's being brought to your knees, overwhelmed by some emotion that perhaps was repressed before. Somebody's brain was just dominated by the need to heal the pain. That was the focus, sword energy. And yet there's this archetypal ability to receive, and it may be, like a universal love. Card of Divine Feminine. Under Moon, Ten of Cups. Deep feelings, Cancer, Pisces. Divine Feminine, who's willing often to feel what they feel. In our culture, gender masculines are supposed to sit on it. Don't show it. Keep it hidden. The moon card can be about hiding things that are hidden, things that are unspoken, the mystery, the thing that's been suppressed, the feelings that have been suppressed because there was a broken heart in the past and it still has reverberations. But there's some alone time that allows this to transpire, to receive the healing love or the healing feeling by quieting the mind. And this is look, it's been stored up a long time. The healing feeling. From mourning to joy. What's that? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Never understood why Jeremiah was telling us this, why he was advocating drinking the wine, but it was joy to the world. All the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. The unconscious, the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. The power of prayer. Somebody's really missing somebody. there's a separation, or there was, that's still like wreaking havoc in somebody's memory, in perhaps in their whole nervous system, like it's made them sick. They need time to heal up, to get their head right. They've been consumed with grief and praying for the connection perhaps to return. Knight of Cups. For the connection to return. Knights are movers and shakers. They're on the move. They're like this guy coming in with a love offer. Perhaps an answered prayer, a godsend. And it might be this person, this Five of Cups person, perhaps a Cancer or a Pisces, wants to go from, this wretched sadness into that kind of oceanic joy, the universal joy. And there's an opportunity for that. Somebody's coming in, vulnerable. Like this feeling that's come to the surface. They may be hiding for, hiding for a little while longer while they accomplish, they know they're not quite healed. And I think this is, in its simplest form, heal me. See me, feel me, touch me, heal me. Praying to the universal, to the Wa, to the One, to the and it's overcoming the fear of what one feels or what might come up. And that actually draws in this, I think there's a love offer on the way, or somebody offered love to this person and it kind of blew their mind. They recognized sword energy, that they had healing to do, that they had a memory of perhaps a previous hurt that had kept them in isolation, suppressing their feelings. And now I think they're praying for the feelings to come back. Mutual feelings. 10 of Cups. See, this is 5 of Cups situation. I'm by myself. I'm by myself sending up this prayer. And this is twice that. This is not by myself anymore. Somebody's coming in with an offer. And here are this has got all the sea creatures, the fishes in the deep blue sea. So it expands from everyday life, or it comes from a source energy of, the sea of connection, the sea of affection. Might be something that happens on the new moon. There's a need to set an intention, to reframe the outlook from it's always going to hurt to no, I see the potential for healing. 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords. That's what I'm praying for. This person really wants to come back to life. To love again. How can you mend, Al Green, how can you mend a broken heart? How can we mend again? Okay, over here we have 9 of hearts. We have the 10 of hearts, every girl and boy. And this is a card of celebration, of somebody saying joy to the world. I'm happy. It's a wish fulfillment card. You know, what I really want, what I'm praying for, is this godsend of happiness. Happiness for me, happiness for us, connection all the way round, a kind of softening of the heart. Oh my goodness. 4 of Wands. That's on, okay. That's on Knight of Cups. To me, this is a card of the 4 directions. When I bless, I try to set up a sacred space here, a sacred space. 4 speak to structure. This is an open structure, a sacred space, where 2 people can come together. The 4 directions, these 2 are traveling, both of them, to meet up. It's a card of reunion, of partnership, of a partnership that we can, that'll house us, but in an open way. It's not anything that keeps us stuck or trapped. It brings us joy. And the next one is 2 of Wands, a decision. Which way do I go? 2 paths diverge. And in almost every depiction, there are 2 distinct paths. Here, there's one well-trodden path. It's like the neural pathway that's been walked many times. And there may be a new path being forged in this time of healing. It's to do with the brain. How do I decide on the basis of my intuition, my divine feminine energy, where I want to go, 2 of Wands, after I've healed? What next? It's sort of a question card. What next? And that may be in part what this person is contemplating. Can I follow the intuitive path? The intuitive path, moon energy. And you can see, well, in most depictions, it actually shows a path. All these sea creatures coming out of the water. The fish is in the deep blue sea. Here it's a crab. We have this, I can't remember, those things that spin. I'll probably remember it in the middle of the night tonight. A something globe. There's some kind of timing at work here. Equilibrium, a recalibration. Passing through this portal. I wish I could remember the name of those. Somebody will remember. Okay, and on 3 of Swords, Hermit. Pain with a purpose. It sent somebody into a deeply contemplative state. It's a card of Virgo, of the sage, of the search for meaning. And the meaning is internal. And I never noticed this before in this card. This is a new deck. There's a snake on the ground in the shape of the figure 8. That infinity symbol. This is going deeply inside for some kind of reset based on inner wisdom, intuitive knowledge, all these in cards. The need to heal the self. Hermit. A 9 card. A card of the self. A card of the ability to find joy. What's the path to joy? The power of prayer. Okay, on Moon card, we have 5 of Pentacles. That's a card of loss. All the 5s indicate a need for change. So here's the loss that's been suppressed, perhaps, that feeling of abandonment. And one of these characters has their hands crossed, and one has the open hand. There may be something about receiving help, real help, that can change, 5, one's life. Somebody may be teaching you how to process pain, but really you're tapping into your deepest core self. So it's lighting the path, right? Turning inward to figure out how to make that choice. What do I do now? And I wanted one more on the 5 of Pentacles, and here's the Strength card. Card of overcoming. Card of compassion and fortitude. It's a card of Leo, of light, of power. And the power we get from one another. Remember I said somebody may be getting help? Perhaps to plumb the depths? Because stuff is going to come up out of the unconscious that may at first be scary. That's another meaning of moon, is sort of the fear of the unknown. That's going to change. That's going to be healed. You know, and somebody's facing the future, I mean, really bravely. They're not alone. This could be their own inner fire that, you know, gives them that final push to move forward, to make the decision. Okay, that's clarifying that 5 of Pentacles moon card. So, you know, behind that feeling of I'm lost, I'm out in the cold, help comes in. Perhaps, you know, in the form of a counselor or just a wise person who can kind of light the path. But the decision is yours. You're empowered to do it. You're ready. I think we're in the last couple of days of Leo. But both are on the table here. We've got a card of Leo in strength and a card of Virgo in Hermit. To boldly go. To boldly go. To pick the path based on the deep inner knowing. Nobody needs to tell you how to find joy. You'll know it when you feel it, when the prayer is answered, when the dream comes true. This is the dream coming true. Oh, brother. Thought I was done with that pile, and here we have card of higher power. Higher commitment, perhaps marriage, Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, Moon, energy, strength, the Hermit. It's really powerful. The power of prayer. And it somehow moves us from deep sadness to joy. Following the guides, accepting the teachings from our own deepest knowing, deepest wisdom, deepest sage energy. 9, Hermit. 9 in Major Arcana, and in Minor Arcana, the card of joy, of dreams come true, of wish fulfillment. That's what this person has prayed for. And it's on its way in. Okay. Knight of Wands. Passionate, speedy forward movement. Perhaps a little impulsive, and a bit like wild and uncontained. There's this volcano going on in the background. This person is revved up, ready to rock and roll. I'm hearing rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Ace of Cups. That's kind of stunning. Coming in passionately. And the fishes, seriously, really? The fishes in the deep blue sea? Joy to the fishes, deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. To you and me, this higher commitment, this 10 of Cups. There was a time in solitude, 4 of Swords, Hermit, this reclusive energy, to find one's own strength, one's own inner wisdom, intuitive power. Joy. The potential for new love. It's kind of an offering. And we have this moon phases here, and the moon card on the board. It is something that can wax and wane, but in this depiction, it's going from new moon to full moon. It may take a month. The fishes look like they're circling this Ace of Cups. Self-love is a critical component. Temperance, card of Sagittarius, the 2 cups being blended in divine timing. These component parts being blended. Somebody's in a rush to do it. And something may have, good grief. This is the last one. 6 of Cups. Mercury retrograde is just closing out. Often in retrograde, you get the return of the soulmate. This is a card of the soulmate. Past life or long-term, somebody you've known a long time or felt like you've known a long time. They're coming back. And long time, it not only is a long time known and perhaps past life, but there were periods of a long time apart. This Three of Swords, Hermit is time, father time, mother time, earth time. For something to come into being, to become real, to come back. Many moons. And they're coming in passionately. We have Knight of Wands, and the Temperance card is Sag, a fire sign. But perhaps this really kind of almost immature energy. Because, Knight of Wands can be unfettered impulsiveness. Over time, perhaps in the last month, this person has learned self-love. So it's not all about gratification of our fire energy, our passion. It's softened by self-love. The love of the soulmate. There may have been hurt here, though, and still a memory of hurt. So feelings were suppressed. They're coming back. They're healed, Temperance energy. They're back in balance. There's been an alchemical shift. Major arcana, that changes the balance in the psyche of both people. A lot of fire energy here. Harnessing. Here the lion is. She's holding the connection, the links to the lion. Harnessing power to go back out into the world. It may happen in Leo time. That would indicate, somebody better be on the move, Returning to the soulmate. Because now they love themselves. I think that was the precondition, the necessary precondition. And then it's divine timing. Then, okay, we'll let you out of the gate, the starting gate. This knight who's been has had something repressed. And I'm getting that, like the jockey in the starting gate, and the horses are just ready to roll, and the doors spring open and out they go. Like a rocket. Like a rocket. Is that it? No. This one? Like a rocket. I love tarot. This is a card of the Chariot. It's fast forward movement in the realm of feelings. Card of Cancer. We have big time feelings, healings, strength and courage, the ability to step into one's life, to move out of this, like lack, somehow a position of lack or of lack mentality, or they took it all away. Well, it's overcoming that. It's just like galvanizing and going forward. Emotionally, passionately, intuitively, tapping into the intuition, and that fires this person up. Emotionally balanced. I love that. And Four of Wands is a card of balance. Fours indicate something stable. This is stable and open at the same time. Okay, we have on the board Virgo and Hermit, Leo in the Strength card, Cancer, Pisces, Libra in the Moon card, Cancer in Chariot, Sagittarius in Temperance, Taurus in Hierophant. That's it. This is a big read. This is a big deal. Whatever this is, it's a big deal. Oh boy. And a big decision. That crossroads energy of like, which way are we going to go? Now that we're healed, we're passionate about something. Perhaps we need to heal our ability to love. This is this other person. To love, they need to love themselves as well as the soulmate. That will allow this forward movement emotionally. I mean, they may have suppressed their love for you. They also suppressed their love for themselves. They didn't feel worthy. 5 of Pentacles. Lack of worth. They perhaps didn't value themselves. They prayed for change. They prayed for their wish come true. And now, like, this is where the rubber meets the road. It's not a decision made cerebrally. It's not a mental choice. It doesn't involve more thinking. It's time to sort of switch gears, go into the intuitive place, to the place of deep feelings. Let your heart be the guide. I'm glad. I'm always really hesitant to keep drawing because the readings get so long. And I wish, I think I'm going to tell people to skip ahead because the endings tend to be fabulous. This is Lovers. A card of decision, a card of choice. A card of choice in air energy. Gemini, air energy. A card of the twins, of the soulmates. Where's that soulmate business? Here we go. Soulmates, the blend, the aligned emotional forward movement. Choosing each other, the match, the return. The choice is clear. Sword energy. I see it now. I believe it now. Moving beyond the crossroads, and the doors are springing open, and this person is booking it. There's been a long time in heartbreak and a long time healing. Many, many healing energies on the board and reunion. I can't help it. It's what the cards say. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. I feel glad to be alive. And, Jujubee is somehow claiming it. This is who I am. I get to choose. I get to choose who I love. I get to choose which way to go. I get to choose what to believe in. I tap into my higher power. And I find the path, 2 of Wands, to joy. The path to joy.